Hello, everyone. You know, in cricket, we have always admired players who showcase their capability and have scored in different conditions and across various countries. So, whether it's a pitch in Mumbai or maybe Melbourne, their quality it shines through. Now, think about investing in the same way. What if your money could be working with such businesses that are the such players of the corporate world? Companies that have been profitable, financially strong, and have proven themselves across economic seasons around the globe. That is exactly the idea behind our new fund, the Kotak Quality Overseas Equity Omni Fund of Funds. Now, some of you all might ask, India की growth story इतनी strong है, why do we need to invest globally at all? And that's a great question. And I agree. India's growth story has been extraordinary. We are now the fourth largest economy in the world, and we are seemingly headed to become the third largest. Our domestic markets offer tremendous potential opportunity. But here's a simple thought. Think of a wise Indian homemaker managing her family savings. She does not put everything in one place. Not because she doesn't trust any single option, but because she has the wisdom to know that different potential opportunities may serve you at different times. That is diversification. And it has been in our culture for generations. A resilient portfolio can work the same way. Our India story has been strong, and we are proud of it. But there are world class companies which are present globally in sectors like technology, healthcare, consumer, etc., which are not listed on Indian stock exchanges. So, by investing globally, we aim to give our investors access to these potential long term opportunities that would otherwise remain out of reach. And there is one other interesting aspect, currency diversification. So, when you invest globally, you also get a natural protection against any weakness in the rupee over the long term. Now, let me explain quality investment in a simple language. No jargon, I promise. Think about gold. In every Indian household, gold is treasured, not just as jewelry, but as a store of value across generations. So now, when you have to go to a jeweler, you see two kinds of jewelry. One, of course, is hallmark gold, tested, certified, genuinely pure. The other looks equally shiny on the outside, but is gold plated. In good times, both look exactly the same. But over time, the gold plated one fades, tarnishes, and disappoints. The hallmark gold, it retains its value year after year, decade after decade. So if you had to invest in one of them, which one would you choose? Most of us would choose the first one. That, my friends, is quality investing. And the GMO Quality Investment Fund is one such fund from the list of indicative underlying funds that the fund of fund intends to invest in, while retaining the flexibility to allocate it to other quality theme-based funds. So the quality theme basically looks for businesses that essentially have a proven track record of three key qualities. The first, high profitability. These companies have earned good returns on the money they invest. Secondly, stable earnings. They don't seem to depend on one lucky season. The third, a strong balance sheet. Very little debt, plenty of financial health. So such businesses may not always be the fastest runners in a bull market, but when the storm comes, and in my over 1.5 decades as a student of markets, I've seen periods of volatility come often. These are the very companies that have historically tended to hold up relatively better and over time have had the potential to participate in long term wealth creation. The benchmark for this scheme is the MSCI World Index TRI. The MSCI World Index is a premier global equity benchmark that tracks the performance of large and mid-cap companies across over 23 developed market countries. As of early 2026, it includes over 1,319 constituents, and covers approximately 85% of the free float adjusted market capitalization in each country. It is important to note that despite the name being world, the index excludes emerging and frontier markets. So the key countries part of this benchmark include US, Japan, Germany, UK, and other developed countries. Now, to identify these quality businesses globally, the Fund of Fund proposes to invest in the GMO Quality Investment Fund, which is managed by GMO, which is Grantham Mayo Van Otterloo and Company, a well-established global investment manager. So GMO was founded in 1977. So they have been doing this for nearly 50 years. They manage approximately $78 billion globally. They have a disciplined, patient, valuation focus, investor philosophy, which generally take a long-term view, which align well with the quality theme-focused philosophy of this fund of fund. The quality investment fund universe starts with roughly 2,000 companies globally, and through a rigorous process of quantitative screening and fundamental research, they have brought it down to a focused portfolio of just around 40 high quality businesses, which make it into the final portfolio. Now, portfolio inclusion is based on an ongoing assessment of quality characteristics, and changes may be made if these characteristics evolve over time. The approach seeks to remain disciplined and process driven. GMO's track record across different market conditions, including some very difficult years, reflects their experience across multiple market cycles and suggests a manager that has operated through a wide range of environments over time. So, how does this work for you as an investor? Very simple. You invest in the Kotak Quality Overseas Equity Omni Fund of Fund. This fund, in turn, can invest in the GMO Quality Investment Fund and or similar overseas equity-oriented mutual fund schemes or maybe ETFs, which are based on the quality theme. You don't need a foreign bank account. For this investment, you do not even need to declare dividend from overseas income or even fill the foreign assets tab in your income tax return. You don't need to worry about currency conversion. You invest in rupees just like any other mutual fund scheme. The rest of it is taken care by our experienced fund management team. Friends, we often talk about return of capital being more important than return on capital. Quality investment is built on exactly that principle, prioritizing capital preservation first, while at the same time seeking to participate in long-term growth over a period of time. So, whether you are an investor looking to diversify beyond Indian equities, or maybe a distributor looking for a well-researched global product to add to your client's portfolio, this fund gives you a simple, curated, disciplined path which can help you or your clients to participate in some of the world's high-quality businesses. The market has always been smarter than all of us, but by focusing on quality, on businesses having a track record with strong fundamentals, reasonable valuations, and the resilience to survive any market environment, one may tilt the odds in our favor. As we always say, it is not about timing the market, it's about the time in the market with a focus on quality of investments. The NFO period is from March 6th to March 20th, 2026. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.